Hey, it's Adam Murphy continuing with part 2 of tax loopholes, talking about business. So, gross profit $100,000, and we have an option for expensing and an option for a 20-year depreciation. And I had talked about paying for the windows here in this building and that they had to be depreciated for 20 years, which meant I could not write off that $20,000 cost. Had I been able to, my taxable income in this example would have been $80,000, and at a 25% tax level, that means I would have paid $20,000 in taxes, had $60,000 left. Instead, the government requires that we depreciate those windows over 20 years, which means I get to only write off 1/20th. So I'm paying taxes on $99,000, my $100,000 minus that $1,000, which is $24,750 instead of $20,000. So I'm paying $4,700 more in taxes right now. I still have to pay the $20,000 for the windows, so I'm at $55,250 in my bank account. And then I have this $19,000 residual, which is different than an asset. So let's keep assets out of the picture for the moment, but I have this residual. And this residual, I get to write off another $1,000 every year for the next 19 years. Now this is where big corporations really can come into play, and even small and medium-sized businesses, if they've been around for a while and slowly growing, is this depreciation. Because it goes for years and years and years, if next year I do something else to the building and we add more depreciation, I buy another building, I add more equipment, this depreciation and the residual continues to grow. And this is one way that small and medium-sized, and again, even large businesses can wind up with a situation where they make an actual profit, but they have so much residual that gets written off that it reduces that profit potentially to zero. And you can't go below zero, or well, I think $3,000 or something like that, but you can't go below zero. So anyway, so this is also a great example of why small businesses rent their buildings, right? They lease property. Because your rent is a flat-out expense. So if you're spending $20,000 a year on rent, that's coming off of your profit, and okay, would have been out of there beforehand, but it reduces your taxable income. Whereas if you turn around and purchase a building and you have a mortgage and interest, you can write off the interest, you can depreciate some over time, but you can't write it all off as one lump sum. And so now that's why I'm going to get into things like loans, because those affect bringing in how much money you have, but it's not income. And so that's a great way to do it, but it's hard for small business. So I'm going to continue talking about small business, talking about loans. Please continue to ask your questions. Watch part 3. Thanks.